Hey everybody, Carter Rethers, Cardinal Cowboy. You got to put those rings on. You know, we're really excited about all the work that we've been fortunate to be able to do with many of the small business owners here throughout the Midwest and throughout the country. Actually, people have been flying in from around the country to join us on our show here. So with that, we want to announce a couple new revelations, exciting things. Imagine your name here. You're a local leader. If you want to be on our show, go to Be on ABC. For many people who've decided to be on the show, and they're wondering how this all works, or people are thinking about it, there is literally no obligation. There is no obligation for anything. We've got sponsors. We've got a lot of people that really support what we do. We're going to give a shout out to a few of them very quickly right now. But first off, Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things in your little castle. And why wouldn't you? You got to have a great castle. But imagine you were on the show like our most recent partner here. And I'm sitting in my newly air-conditioned house studio, and indoor comfort team was running all around the place, building us a new system so that we can keep the studio nice and cool. Right now, the fan is on. You can't even hear it. It's blowing a nice little cool breeze on me. My temperature in the studio, I have a thermometer right there, right about 72 degrees, right where we want it. It'll get down cooler than that. Haven't even had it running long enough to bring it down. It says it'll go down to 64. But we want to shout out to you guys. How does this work? Many people wonder, all right, I'm on the show. How do you pay the bills, Cowboy? How do you keep the lights on? Well, sponsorships is one source. But the show initially started off with the concept that I had, and I've done just about every type of marketing under the sun. Billboards, texting, emails, print, yellow pages, online listings, credit card processing. Yeah, there's marketing done through that. SEM, SEO, which is pay-per-click on the second one there, on the first one there, and so many other millions of variations of what's out there. But the internet has really changed it. We look at my master's thesis I wrote predicting all this back in 1995 through 98. That's when I went to grad school over there at Webster University. I went to St. Louis U for undergrad to help me recover from my coma. But there is no obligation anyone has now. We've changed the setup, and so now we're getting booked up all the time. But you may wonder if you've been on the guest, or if you're thinking about being on the guest, how that works then. You can license the show from us. And so far, just about everybody has. We had a couple people say, we're going to think about it, because there's interesting people who are from a different part of the world who have no connectivity to internet and those types of things. So that made sense why they were wondering how this worked. But other than that, literally, like it's kind of a no-brainer, but there is no obligation. Come in here, sit down, do an interview, and you don't have to pay anything until you decide whether or not you want to license it, as has been done by many people. Here's the Your Little Castle show. Here's our We Go lead. And by now, we're doing a lot of cool stuff with a whole marketing automation system. I just saw where people needed extra help, and we'll show you all that. I've got 17 steps, but look at the companies I've worked with in my 25 years of marketing and many crazy things that I've done, created, initiated, and proven on a large scale. Anheuser-Busch, I literally built the email systems for Anheuser-Busch, but we got involved with all kinds of marketing that went on there. 50 million emails we would send out about 3 hours. Car Shield, I helped them with my technical skills, but I also showed them where if they used a different website I got called Car Fixed Fast, show them results, show them what they can do, and they came back to me not there long after and said, we're now called Car Shield. They were called an entirely different name before that. But then I've also helped out many of other companies around the country and around the Midwest. So I can show you all kinds of these tactics. They are definitely worth you learning. But first you've got to come on the show, and there's no obligation. There's no charge. You don't have to pay a dime to come sit in here, and then it's up to you. And I've had, like I said, and then one other guy who hasn't yet committed to what, he's the first guy we did this with. Hey, by the way, and we know each other from the river. And he's like, yeah. So technically we got 2 now, but he's coming forward with that. But it's really a no-brainer. But again, no obligation. Everybody wants it because once they see what it is. By now we've got a lot of our guests who are saying, hey, we talked to our agency. They're like, how did you get this half hour on ABC all about your business? There you go. So that's really valuable, and you take it and do what we recommend, put it on your social media, put it on your website, create funnels and all kinds of trackable, convertible, ROI creating resources there with all of the funnels and automated follow-ups and AI. All of that stuff is now integrated in what we offer, and what we'll show you how to do, or we'll tell your marketing agency to do, or maybe they're doing some of it, but they don't have discounted content. You can't get a half hour on ABC anywhere not for the cost that we do it. I built a studio, obviously, that we use, and we save everybody a lot of money. We did this for over 600 shows now, if you include 400 here on the Your Little Castle show, full half hour shows, and another 300, 250, because we're doing 3 shows a week now. The Cowboy and Judge show, and a little bit of the Cardinal Cowboy, which the Cowboy Judge show sprung out of after they saw my work there. Mike Carter, the Car Shield lawyer, approached me and said, "Hey, we got an idea. What happened with your show?" I said, "Well, we know what we're doing." And they said, we'll help you with all that. Carter Law, Car Shield, came together, and that's where we really learned how to do this thing. So this is like nothing else you'll find anywhere else. No obligation, doesn't cost you anything. Come in here, sit down, and if you don't want it, you're one of the exceptions. If you do want it, we license it to you. So in my 25 years, again, all the things that I've done, this is by far the most effective. And I've done just about everything that you can imagine out there. So there are hundreds of options and places you can put this video. It's very viable. You can cut it up into clips. We show you how to do that. We show you software that does that. You can take still images out of it. They all do great work to help you on all the social medias and especially on your website, because ultimately people go to your website, it doesn't matter how, they go there, and then what happens? And that's where I showed Car Shield how to convert almost 1 out of 4 of their visits into leads. I can show you similar tactics that will help you to do very much the same. You have to just do what I ask you, or what I recommend. I outline it for you. I give it to you free of charge. If whether or not you pay to be on the show or not, you license the show from me or not, I'll even share that with you. And again, no obligation to do so. All right, so we are offering now 3. We've broken it down as essentially 3 packages. And this is, it all depends on what your needs are, how quickly you want to start generating more revenue and saving yourself from a lot of your time and energy chasing down clients and figuring out and making proposals. Now my clients just tell me, they just call me and say they're ready to buy because they've seen this video, this interview. So there's the Platinum, which a lot of people, so that's our premiere. Effectively, that is just, right now we're doing, I mean, this may change, 2 full 28-minute interviews right here. So I figure if people are going to come here, you might as well sit down. If you're going to sit down and do all this, then let's knock it out. Let's not just do these 4-minute clips like some of the other people, other television stations. They do wonderful work. It's just 4 minutes and you're out. And it costs way more, right? Especially by ratio. If you look at the cost per minute, way more. So we end up giving you 2 28-minute full interviews. If you'd like to license both of those, you can license one for a little bit less cost than this, but nobody does that. But license both of them. Now you've got 2 56-minute interviews all about your business. A couple sponsors, shot spots in there, but take a minute or 2 out of that. But all this content for you. You pay $34.95 for unlimited use, most important for use on your website, and I'll show you how to use, and I'll walk you through it, the clips that will help you to create through a software package, a company we're partnering with, costs $15. And it lets you create clips that are AI generated and can go right immediately on your social media, and it connects to all your social media. And it's probably the most valuable piece. There's 2 places people go. They're going to get your attention with the clips, but when they're ready to buy, they'll watch this interview. And you'll see the conversion rate anywhere from the low end. We've seen an extra 25% on sales, and up to 3,000, almost 4,000. But I'm gonna say 3,000%. That's a 300% ratio for those who just really took this thing and ran with it. I knew this was possible. I've done these kinds of things in the past, and none to quite to this level, just because, especially when people have a very low conversion rate, they don't know it because they don't have a marketing expert. They're getting taken by some guys who claim to be experts, and they don't show any ROI, and they never get anything out of it. Boy, it makes it easy for this to make it very successful for you. So with that, I will go over with you then also all 17 steps that I've made for 17 different things, tasks, tactics I call them, for you to use. You don't have to implement all 17, but it would definitely be worth it to implement a number of them. Then you have the gold package. So that's both interviews, $34.95, all yours, unlimited. Show you how to use the clips, create the clips with you. That costs $15, one-time fee from our partner company on that. Then you've got the gold package. So there you have 2 28-minute interviews again that will be recorded right here in our studio. And if we ever have to do any editing, we can do some of that too, but it's based on whatever. We have a system here. It gets done very quickly. All the cameras, and see all the buttons I can press here, make all these automations, the titles, graphics, everything come up. If you put down $2,000, $19.99, and then make 3 monthly payments of $4.99, you're paying about the same, but it's a little spread out over time. The difference is here, you can't use both interviews. You've effectively licensed one of them in full. You can start using it right away, and the clips from that. And then after you've paid the following remaining amount due, which would be paid over the next 3 months, $499. That's a total of right around 30. It's $34.95, I think, is the total there. If you do the math, $1 off each one of those payments from 500, right? It's $499, $19.99. So then you end up with, by the end of the second, then you end up 3 months. At 3 months later, it's the beginning of the fourth month. You pay one payment up front, the day of the recording, if you decide to lock this in, and then 1 month later, 1 month later, 1 month later. Total then, like you see there, but you can't use all of it yet. Start making all the money you will make, I predict, can't guarantee, but you should make if you should do it. It's proven over and over and over again. It's very easy to understand how this is true, but no guarantees. You're not allowed to guarantee anything in marketing, and we all know that. But just look at the past results. Look at our clients. There are lots of them all over our website, yourlittlecastle.com/results. But and I even put all of them out there by now. So many people have said good things. But then you break it up a little bit. You'll get to use half of what you got there, and the other half when you're finished. So if you want, and then I don't give you all of my trade secrets until that first payment does clear, and then we'll talk about it there. And once so that's essentially 50% of the payment has been done, and then I will go over those 17 tactics with you. You still can't use the second half or the second show until it's all been paid. Still a good way to get started, but having all of that content at your disposal is preferred if you understand how marketing works. Then finally, there's a silver package here, and I've got these, and I can even put these up on the wall if you want to see these. I might do that. Let's do that. We'll put it over here, and so that you can play along with me. And then I'm gonna scroll down here a little bit, and it went through the main screen. I want to go right here. There we go. But this is essentially what I've written down. And so let's go F11 and down here. Hide menus, there we go. So I'm gonna go scroll through these all at the end also, but behind me then you can see these. And so the silver package, both shows, but you're paying $4.99 up front and then 6 more payments. So a total of 7, which ends up being right about the same price. You're paying $2 less, I believe, actually, but you still can't have use of these all until you do. We pick one of the 2 interviews that you want, and we will start to convert them to clips, and you can start using the clips immediately. That's once you've made 3 of the payments, 50% of your total due between the 3rd and 4th payment. Then you can start using 1 full show and the clips. And then obviously then after the last 3 payments are made, you can use both full shows and then all the clips for that. And so that ends up being the best ROI you can expect from anything, given that you don't have to pay all of it up front. Paying up front gives you use of all of it right away and is proven to be much more effective to get things done. And that's when most people don't want to mess with it, but some people can't afford all that up front. So I'm going to go quickly over here and review those with you, starting at the top here. And I can put these on the screen for everybody. So we go for there it is. So here it is. There's my history, a little bit of what I've been working on, but there it is. There's that platinum. So again, pay the $34.95 all up front, and you get unlimited use. And we'll show you those 17 different tactics you can use to help people generate anywhere from a 25% to a 300 times what they invested. And then you get the gold, pay $199 down, and then 3 monthly payments of $499. Do your math on that. That's $2,000 plus $1,500, $3,500 ballpark. And once you paid 50% of that, and then finally the silver, like we talked about. And both shows will air in the next open slot, and that's another thing to understand. Those who pay in full, you go first. You go to the front of the line. Those who pay half, they're in line to go next after everybody we've aired that has not paid in full. And then finally here, you go to the end of the line, but you are going to air, and we'll even air those who don't pay if we end up with an opening, and it'll be eventually, those will be aired as soon as we get an opening, which could be a long time, maybe never, but it seems like everybody does want to license this. So but that's that, pay $499 down and then 6 months of $499. So it ends up being that total. I think that's $34.93. Pick one of the 2 interviews, and then you can use them all as we designated before. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for making me go to computer classes in case the baseball career didn't work out. But you helped me to learn I can overcome even a coma, which most people don't know the whole story, but check that out. So there it is, everybody. That's a summary for you. This is the studio that we're doing these interviews in, and hopefully you decide that you want to be on TV. Come in, no charge. Then decide if you want to license it afterwards. I've had a couple people who haven't done that, at least yet. But most people understand what we're offering here, and I've had some big name companies come through here that I will name at some point. I think they said I could do that, but you would know their names, and they said, thank you for doing this for the community. Thanks for taking the time to put, hey, I felt like I had to once I realized what could be done if you understand how to produce a TV show and what the cost can be if you systematize things like a computer nerd will. My 5 cameras, TV walls, I built all this myself. This makes it a lot more effective for anyone so that you now can benefit from having your interview aired on a national network based out of St. Louis, where we're airing out of St. Louis affiliate on a national network. ABC is a national network, and then use it on your social media and use it for your funny funnels and landing pages and all the other cool things that you can do with it. And we'll show you all those things to do. Also, we even offer the software. We partner up with the #1 name for systematizing and automating the whole follow-up. 6 steps: post, capture, systematize, follow, audit, put them into a system to audit, to place them in the proper follow-up, then hit them with that follow-up, and then convert and close the sale or book an appointment or whatever. 6 steps. We show you that process. It's all very simple. I've been doing it for many years. I was the #1 sales guy in the country for the largest marketing company in the country, who was before we were even getting to where we had people in here, but I was doing that for a national thing for a big company. Everybody knows who they are. I was the #1 sales guy in the country, in the company, 2 years in a row, and even my 3rd year. And then I finally said, hey, I've got this. And they said, we don't want to mess with that right now. I said, you're crazy. And I went off, and here we are. All right, let us know if you have any questions, and hopefully that explains it for you. Go to Be on ABC if you'd like to click the link, and you can schedule to be interviewed right from there. And we hope to see you soon. Take care, everybody. Giddy up.